with our correspondent in Jerusalem, Irris Makler. Hello to you, Irris. What's the latest information you have at the moment?
The latest information I have is the numbers that you have: more than 40 dead, more than 800 wounded. And on top of that, the fact that more than 9 hours after this operation began with this infiltration from Hamas in the Gaza Strip, it's not yet over. I'm listening to the radio and I hear people ringing into Israeli radio and saying, whispering, that they can hear gunshots outside their house and then saying they have to go because it's too dangerous. I have just heard that in addition to all the rocket fire that's still coming in the south of the country, there have been reports, unverified at the moment, that Hamas has taken Israelis hostage. They have produced images, and we don't know if they're real or not, but I have just heard an Israeli man also calling into Israeli radio and saying that his wife and his mother-in-law and other members of his family, he lost contact with them. Now when he looks at their phone, it says location Gaza. So he appears to be confirming that members of his family have been taken hostage and have been taken into Gaza. So you see a very slow response, I guess, from the Israeli government to take control, to clear the militants from these villages and some actually larger towns, that they're still there, still shooting, you still see Israeli citizens in their bomb shelters or hiding in their basements, waiting to hear what to do next.
Yeah, adjusting to a new reality. Hard to think that just about half a day ago, it was life as normal. Are people that you've spoken to adjusting to this new reality? Has it sunk in that a long, deadly, bloody conflict is likely what lies ahead?
I don't think so. I think people are still in shock. It's the last day of a Jewish holiday. That's why so many, there was that big dance party outside just near the Gaza border. That's why there are so many casualties, because they were there, as one of them said, who did manage to get away, being picked off by armed men like fish in a barrel. So I think there's such shock that perhaps even battle shock. I have heard criticism of the Israeli military for taking so long to get down there, for taking so long to take back control of these towns and villages from these militants, not only failing to stop them initially, but now 9 hours later failing to stop them as well. So I'd say that's the benefit of surprise. And the impact of that on the people that I've spoken to is that they are literally stunned. They can't take it in. It's not just a slow military response. One of the mayors, one of the leaders of one of the communities down south says Israelis still don't understand what's going on. And people in his village, in his town actually, he's calling on them to stay indoors because he says that outdoors there are militants on the loose. You don't understand that this is not an ordinary situation, perhaps 2 or 3 hours inside and you can come back out. No, it isn't that. And he's saying to people, it's still dangerous. Please take care.
And for anyone that's seen those images on social media, the images are really striking. People out enjoying a walk, and then hordes of people come in, and maybe some of them are armed. There's a lot of tension, there's a lot of uncertainty, chaos, and it's hard to get proper, accurate information. Irris, tell us any clear idea what Hamas is hoping to achieve?
Well, one thing we do know is we heard from the Hamas military leader, Mohammed Deif. That's quite unusual. You don't hear from him often. And he has called on Palestinians in the West Bank, Palestinians who live in Israel, Israeli Arabs also, to join this effort. He's also called on Lebanon to join too, on Hezbollah in Lebanon to join in. There is an implication that this is organized somehow with Iranian help. It was a very sophisticated, very audacious attack. From the sea, from land, from the air as well, if those images of paragliders are correct, are true. So I think that all of that implies, first of all, that Hamas wants this to be a big operation, that they want other nations, other Palestinians to join in, and they want it to be that it should be coming from, the attack should be coming from Lebanon as well. And I don't think the date is insignificant. On the 6th of October, 1973, there was a massive attack against Israel during a Jewish holiday. The surprise was enormous. Thousands of Israelis died. It took Israel a long time to find its feet. And now, 50 years and 1 day later, we see an attack only from the south this time, but super sophisticated and audacious, perhaps with some Iranian planning. And I think you can see that it's taking Israel some time to find its feet.
All right, Irris, thank you very much. Irris Makler reporting from Jerusalem.